Happy Wednesday. You know what that means. Welcome back to the Night Shift Hollow Cult. Hope everybody's having a good work week, powering through it. You know the drill. Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Powering through it. That's about the best we got.
It is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Everybody that's in here, if you could do us a couple favors before we get started, and that is hit the like button wherever you are listening from, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell, all the YouTube jargon. The more likes we get, I'm just making shit up. I don't know how YouTube's algorithm works. I got nothing.
It doesn't. It doesn't even work.
As long as you're not talking about stuff it doesn't like, then
then you be all right.
It's fine. What weird is going on this week? Everybody, chat and all. I do want to shout out that we had boots on the ground at the obelisk in Wales, which is
It was pretty wild.
awesome. Awesome. I'm trying to find the pictures. The fact that we have listeners in anywhere, for that matter, that'll go out and be like, oh, so you can't make it all the way over here? We'll go investigate whatever the hell this creepy thing is. And then they just do it. It's dope. I can't remember where it was sent to. Talk amongst yourselves.
It is wild, the set of pictures that were able to be sent to us. And like you said, the fact that somebody out there that listens is able to get to that location, which would have been just cool to be able to do anyways.
Yeah, it's dope. I cannot remember where the fuck that was sent to. But our resident investigator in Wales went out and checked it out. They did say it is strange because there's no visible equipment marks at the site. Like if they brought something in to bring this thing in, no tracks, no nothing. But he did say there are visible welds on the obelisk. So
yeah,
probably more human than it's not.
Yeah.
How they got it out there, also mystery.
I wonder how heavy it is. I wonder if it's a solid. Well, it's not solid because it's welded together. So that thing could be light.
If you take the obelisk, you could send it to us.
That's true.
I'm not advocating stealing the obelisk, but I'm not gonna yell at you if you do.
Yeah, I wonder how it's connected to the ground too.
I cannot remember where in the fuck that was sent to.
It was to our email.
Was it to the email?
Yeah.
Let's peep it.
I'm pretty sure. I think. Did I look at the email or did I look at pictures you sent me? I don't remember.
Oh yeah. It was to the email.
Okay.
It's cool. I don't know if they want me to specifically shout them out, so I'm going to leave them anonymous. But it says, I went to the monolith in Hay on Y. That might be area, whatever. Gotta say, it's really strange there. There's no machinery tracks to say it was carried there. Also, there was a slight static feel in the air. There's no machining marks on the monolith, but there are welding marks on the corners of it. So there is a series of photos that they took and sent, which you get to see through my shitty phone. It just looked like it's placed into the ground.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'll post these on. I'll get permission and then I'll post them on socials. I'm sure they're not going to care, but there's a picture of the corner. For those on the podcast listening to this, sorry about you.
Yeah, you can see like the little welds right there.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. But also dope. We have people from all over the world willing to go out and put boots on the ground.
It is strange. That's amazing, but it's also strange that people are leaving these random obelisks everywhere,
It's
especially
it's
with like no call sign or tag or something to indicate whom is doing it. That's what makes it, because you would think that you would want a little bit of credit for it eventually. You know what I mean?
yeah, I was looking them up in like after that one dropped, this new one. I was looking them up to see if the dates matched as to when the first one in 2020 dropped as opposed to the first one in 2024. And there were so many of them. I only thought there was like 3. There's a whole ass list of these obelisks that popped up.
Really?
A lot of them were fakers, art projects and shit,
Yeah.
but I did not have any idea that there was that many, like
How do you
dozens.
determine what's a fake and what's not?
I don't know. Well, some people claimed like that they built them, right? So like
Mhm.
there was one somewhere in Canada and it popped up just outside of this like machine or car dealership or some shit. And this uh artist said, "Well, yeah, after a little while and everything died down, he's like, yeah, I'm the one that put that one out there." So the ones that are claimed I call the not I guess they're not necessarily fake, but
See, for
they're not
me,
mysterious.
you'd have to, like, for me to believe you, you'd have to show documentation that you created it and put it there. Because any asshat could just go, "Well, yeah, I'm the one that did that one in the desert."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, just to, especially if you're an aspiring artist, just to get your name out there and be like, "Yeah, I was the one that did it." Ha 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 ha. Even though you really weren't.
Just seems like a lot of work for like because
Yeah.
the one in the desert was in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, why put that out there with a chance of it never ever getting found?
I don't know. Like, the best I could come up with is just the mystery of it.
Yeah.
Like, to leave people perplexed when it does become found.
Or I mean, dude, I don't know. Because all those ones popped up in like the summer of 2020 when like all the sea shit was going down, everybody was locked down, and
Yeah.
it was almost like some kind of weird inspiration to get people outdoors and get outside in nature or some shit. Maybe I
Yeah.
don't know.
Almost like the Finn treasure.
Bored rich people. Yeah, I mean,
People are
possibly.
strange, though. I mean, people are just really bizarre sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, people will leave little nuggets like that, assuming that it'll eventually be found.
Yeah. And
But
especially
it's also weird that nobody claims some of them. That's what's weird to me, is that they're not claimed by somebody.
yeah, and if you look at the time when they were dropping in 2020, like people were getting weird in that
Oh yeah,
era.
people are still weird.
Oh, yes.
More so on the petty side of things versus like actually strange.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't if it is just somebody bored out of their mind and did this, they didn't really do any harm to anybody, putting an obelisk out in the middle of the
No,
desert.
no. Like I mean, it could be a plethora of things. Like I could see somebody that would want to inspire the imagination to do something like that and then never claim it, simply for the inspiration of imagination.
Yeah.
Because then it leaves people curious and they want to get out there, they want to do things, they think, and then it expands their mind and opens it up. And
Yeah. Takes their mind off what's going on all
oh
around
yeah,
them,
that's
specifically
another
that
good
time.
point. Yeah, that's another good point.
But yeah, it was cool getting that email. So I'm sure they're listening. Shout out. I didn't use your name because I didn't know if you wanted me to, but dope work getting to the obelisk.
Oh, for sure. It would be cool to
Uh,
see it in person,
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
to experience it. And It would make me want to take a couple people, if I could, to everybody, because like when you and me were at X, having like because they put in that email about how it felt electric there or whatever. Like to have somebody else there verify that claim
Yeah.
is helpful, because sometimes we get in our own heads about situations and then we kind of manifest the things that are actually happening.
Yeah. That's why I kept at X, for example. That's why I kept asking you, like, man, am I just like in the moment
Right. Yeah.
of being here with everything built up around it, everything we've heard? And then when you're like, not so much.
Yeah. And it's a fair question, because at the bare minimum, at least that's us attempting to analyze and admit that it could be our own minds
Yeah.
fabricating the surrounding environment.
And I feel like, especially the dynamic between me and you, like usually if one person is sold on something, the
Yeah.
other one is trying to reel them back in, like,
Yeah.
hey, we
It's
need to
really
think about
weird
this.
that it's weird that it kind of plays to pans out that way. That usually we're on opposite ends of the spectrum. It's trouble when we're both in, though.
Deep shit.
That's when it gets a little interesting, because you're just like, okay, this is different.
I've been thinking about that whole scenario when I went off on that tangent last week on here about everything that's happening. I keep putting little like puzzle pieces together in my brain, and I don't know. It's just the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, what in the fuck was going on?
It's hard to, because I definitely see the puzzle pieces there, but I feel like you feel it more than I do. That's why I was like, put them together, put the puzzle
Yeah.
together. Like, because I'm not sold one way or the other. Definitely, like the way you put it together absolutely makes sense, and I believe it's a fucking real possibility that your puzzle pieces make sense. I'm also not going to throw out other options either, like talking shit about certain things out there, that because it was a weird time too whenever I was writing that episode.
I mean, a lot of people pointed out, like, we were blatantly asking for it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So,
absolutely. And I can remember when I was writing that episode, um of Mr. Bledsoe and his phenomenal encounter, that as I'm writing it, I remember texting you and saying, dude, I feel really strange right now. I feel like there's two things standing behind me, watching me and judging me as I'm doing, like, and
I actually remember that.
I don't normally feel that way. Right. And, I specifically remember two. I remember feeling two. Now, could it be all in my head? Absolutely. I could have been getting sucked into the story and letting all of that play in my own mind, and kind of freaking myself out. But I haven't really felt like that since. There are some stories where I feel I get to feeling icky.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. Like, it was definitely strange. But like I said, all the things that you've pointed out and put together, they absolutely line up with um those 100 days encounter, and some of the things that surround that environment and how we felt that day. So I wouldn't rule that out either. I'm just in a camp of, I don't fucking know,
Yeah.
but I'm willing to be bought to one side.
I keep thinking back to like when I first met Dave and we were talking about weird paranormal stuff, which was a long time ago, like 2008. And he was talking about X, and the one thing he said that resonated with me, he's like, you can go and experiment and hunt ghosts all you want. He's like, but you don't F with the devil. The devil will follow you home
Right.
in regards to X. And I'm like, okay, all right.
And that's one of them situations where you wish there would have been a little bit more elaboration. Like, what does that mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's a bold statement. That's a pretty, yeah, bold statement. So, like, what comes with that?
Yep. Because when we showed up there, he didn't have any idea. Like, because for the longest time, he kept the actual location like under wraps. Whenever I try to talk to him about it, reach out to him about it, he wouldn't tell me. So I narrowed it down to 2 places. I'm like, we'll go to both of them. So, you might as well just make it easier for us. And when we got there, I sent him
And
a message.
he didn't narrow it down for you.
No, I narrowed it down for myself.
Right.
I narrowed it down for myself.
Right.
But when I sent him the text, I'm like, hey, we're here. We're hanging out. And all he said is, why? And I'm like, well, that's not a response that I was expecting,
Right. Yeah.
And then he just went in, he's like, you need to be careful. He's like, if you run into what did he say? If you run into the watcher, it's huge. And he said, whatever's going on there can and will attach. And me and Kyle was like, well, they can attach to these Twizzlers.
Seeing that, for me, that like the rational side of my brain is operating tonight. I'm not in a fantastical state of mind. So the logical side is taking over tonight. And for me, that needs a form of elaboration. Solely because, like, even when you and me were there were other people visiting loved ones from that place. So who's like, is this something that will, with intelligence, and it will just for whatever reason leave grieving people alone? And it only fucks with people coming to check it out? Is this a spray venom in every direction and I get who I get type situation? Or like what is going on with that dynamic then? Because I'm not saying it's not possible that people who go to visit their loved ones don't end up having a fucked life later on, because that's possible. So like I said, it requires a little bit of elaboration to further understand that statement. But I also understand from his point of view of, because you hear it a lot, not wanting to talk about them instances in fear of turning it back up.
Yeah, it's an active. It is an active cemetery, and it is unsuspecting as fuck.
Yeah, except for the driveway, it looks like a sigil.
It does look like a sigil.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know. That is a good point. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's maybe like you said. Maybe it's specifically for people who go looking for it.
Maybe, I don't know. It's but to me that would show a form of intelligence. Like this is crossing a new line for at least me in the way that I think about this right now. Because it's showing intent, it's showing intelligence, it's showing a lot of features.
Yeah, it's literally, you look into the darkness, it's going to start looking back.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because it's not like we weren't made known of what was going on there. We weren't like warned, because we were, and we just went fully expecting nothing to go on until we got there and just started feeling weird.
Which is also weird. Like, I understand when I make this statement that you are trying to classify and understand things beyond our comprehension. I get that. But I still ask that question. I still put it out there, rather. Outside of higher brainwaves, higher abilities, how the fuck would it even know that you and me are there to do what we did? It was daytime. There were other people there, right? How does it know that we weren't just there to visit a relative's headstone? Because when that other person was there, we semi-acted like we were just another one there.
Yeah. I have no idea.
But you know what I mean? Like, and outside of what I said, the this is far beyond our comprehension. Like, if you remove that and you just try to answer the basic question, like, how does it differentiate?
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point Yeti makes, like intention and energy.
Yeah, it very well could be,
Yeah.
right? I absolutely agree
'Cause
with that, but I still put that
everybody
question out.
everybody say that. The vibe you put out because your intentions are there before you showed up. Intent may be read like facial expressions by some. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, you all could be absolutely right. But I know as a person who hasn't had much time to actually delve into others' podcasts and stuff like that, and encounters here of late because of work changes and all that jazz, and the company takeover. I'm dealing with that shit right now too. But those are the questions that I like to hear. You know, I like to hear honest questions, like involving the entire situation.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
But I know that a lot of people, I'm not going to name names, but Steve knows who I'm talking about. Um, a lot of people are having a strange time right now.
It is it
Like, a
is a
lot of
weird
people are having a very interesting time.
culmination of energy.
I'm sure it has everything to do with that, but it's kind of bizarre that a lot of people are having. I don't know what word I would look for in that. Almost like a negative space right now, you know. And I'm just trying to be respectful. I'm not at liberty to divulge that conversation, but it's not good, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Birdie. It's the devil's comment at that, as far as I was informed, happening during the eclipse.
Yeah, that was another thing I was going to touch on. Not to switch gears, but the there wasn't a whole lot of like paranormal goings on when I was searching around.
No, I haven't noticed a whole lot of late either. But like I said, dealing with the all the shit that I'm dealing with, it's been kind of hard to focus.
Yeah. So I haven't really seen a whole lot, but this whole eclipse thing is super sus. I
It's
keep
weird.
seeing all of the
Oh, that's a gross statement. Thanks, Birdie.
yeah. I keep seeing all these releases about like we talked about school districts shutting down.
Yeah.
People needing to stock up for food. At first I saw 3 days. Now I'm seeing like 2 weeks or some shit. Like it just keeps
Well, 2 weeks
roller
seems
coastering
excessive.
and spiraling.
It seems excessive for the. I mean, because I think we can all agree and understand the quote unquote state of emergency classification to them areas because of the mass swarm of people. Like, because people, when they're in those areas, they're going to need resources, right? They're going to need water and food
Yeah.
and yada yada yada. So we can all wrap our brain around that idea that there's just going to be a mass amount of people, and that's why the resources are going to be gone. That's why they're suggesting that locals now stock up. However, Steve, you worked at Pepsi too. We know how quickly industry is able to compensate for that type of situation. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Like, and not to mention, most places get a delivery at least once a week. So why extend it out to 2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. That's the excuse they keep giving everybody. Like, oh, there's gonna be tons of people out, tons of people out. Well, we just had one in 2017. I don't remember him telling everybody to stock up then.
No, no, no.
uh homie Brandon from Tinfoil Tales said, my kids are out of school during the upcoming eclipse. Local and state government won't allow any construction work during it. They're telling everyone to stack up on food.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and yeah, it is a hectic year and a busy year because of, obvious things, but I don't know. It's another one to contemplate. I mean, I have already pretty much decided I'm going to take the day off and stay home because the babysitter slash my mom was thinking about going down, a couple hours away to watch the eclipse with my sister and stuff. But with the vast amount of people being in that area, I'm not exactly comfortable with that situation. So I would much rather just take the day off and hang out with my daughter. You can call me overprotective, whatever you want. That's just who I am. And it just, I don't want to take the chance. So I'll just elect to stay home, which I never have a problem with, and I'll hang out with my kid.
Yeah, and I see RU in here. Fear mongering, like they are making a big deal out of it. It makes me wonder, like, if this isn't going to be I know I hate to like use the phrase because it's always thrown out there, some big distraction for some moves they're making. Like everybody's gonna be looking at the sky, so like, is it gonna be some World War III shit go down while everybody's like
I hope
staring
not.
at the sun?
I hope not. I really hope not. And I didn't realize like the absolute estimation of people that are coming to this thing, like that one where we saw like hundreds of thousands of people. That's insane.
Yeah,
That is insane to me.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, because they just keep, like, I know the one in 2017 was a big deal on that front because people were going nuts over the fucking stupid glasses and all that shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they never said to prep for days. They
Oh,
never, like, nothing got to that point.
yeah. It's really bizarre. I don't understand it because the way I see it is, and this is me personally, I'm not anybody who's fascinated with it. By all means, be fascinated with it. I see it as I don't give a fuck. It's a black dot in the sky for like three minutes or whatever it's going to be. I could care less. That's my honest opinion. So I don't see the draw. Would I put on a pair of glasses and look at it? Absolutely. But I'm going to look at it for about 5 seconds and be like, cool. And then I'm going to go about my day.
Yeah.
It's weird that it's a mass draw for a lot of people.
Yeah. Do I still have to go to work? Yes. So
Probably.
it's not going to change my life.
I also heard that National Guard's being deployed in certain areas, which is wild. Once again, I do understand if there is going to be that large of a crowd. I semi understand. But why is it, like you said, Steve, why is it now? Like, why is this one so much more significant than the last one?
Let me look
Because
around here.
we've heard, that the Devil's Comment's coming through too. But I don't know that is that being sold media wise alongside the eclipse? Like, is that another talking point that I just haven't heard because I don't watch a lot of media?
I don't know, but I know people are making the connection. Like,
Okay.
people like know the two astronomical events are coinciding with one another. Because I don't know if it's going to be visible. Some people say it should be visible. I don't know if it's with the naked eye. Like when the moon blocks out the sun, that comet is supposed to also be visible in the sky. Not gigantic or anything, but big enough.
Right.
Um,
The other thing that I found ironic was like me and the wife were talking about it, and she was saying that because I was we were kind of tossing it around the other night, and I was like, I could also understand if you were like a photographer and you wanted to get like a really cool picture of it. Like, okay, cool, I can understand that. That's cool. And she's like, yeah, but with your phone and stuff, you have to have like a special thing where it'll burn imprint the image on your phone. And I'm like, well, I mean, so logically for my brain, if it's going to burn into electronics like that, isn't that like one of them situations where logic would be like, maybe we probably shouldn't be out in this?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You know what I mean? Like
they tell you
like
not to stare at the sun 365 days, other days of the year.
right.
But now they're encouraging people like, hey,
Yeah,
just
it's
put these glasses on, take a little peek.
right. And I just feel like it might be bad for just you, even if you're not looking at the sun. Because if everything is amplified for some whatever reason that is, not to mention, it's like at a certain point, at least the way my brain works, at a certain point, the moon is in front of the sun. So why is it all of a sudden more potent than when it's out?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just there's a lot, and I'm not a scientist or anything of that nature. So,
Dude, I was trying to
but those are the
look.
questions that kind of leech on my mind.
I'm still searching around here. I saw something, but I'm not gonna say it if there's no.
Well, you might as
I
well
don't have
say
any
it.
proof behind it.
You don't need proof.
That's
What is
true.
proof? Proof is subjective. If that's true, Twiz, then they're kind of like, to me, that seems backwards. That the light refracts and it acts like a magnifying glass. But it also brings me to my point of maybe I shouldn't be standing out in there if it acts like a magnifying glass, because then that would make the rays way stronger and it would just fry me. And I'm not a big fan of sunburns. So
Oh, wouldn't that be fucked up if all the people just got cooked?
that would not be cool at all. It was literally like somebody taking a magnifying glass and burning ants.
Yeah, what do we got here? Oklahoma National Guard will be not dispersed, but sent out. Oh, this doesn't say necessarily that it's not true.
Oh, about the National Guard?
Yeah, and carry on. Anyway, there were reports that this 63rd Civil Support Team will be deployed, which is a specialist unit of the Oklahoma National Guard, primarily focuses on supporting local authorities in the event of emergency related to a big weapon. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube.
A nuclear warhead?
There you go.
I'll say
Weapon
it.
of mass destruction, chemical, biological, or nuclear or radiological attack, or other disasters.
That's interesting.
According to the National Guard, the 63rd CST's presence during the April 8th eclipse will allow its resources to respond to hazmat emergencies such as industrial fires, freeing up local emergency responders to focus on needs of local citizens or visitors in the area.
Hey, like I said, if you want to sell it to me, they're there to aid in case things get out of control. I can wrap my brain around that. I'm not saying that I agree with that per se. However, I can 100% wrap my brain around it. Logically, that makes sense. If you're anticipating massive crowds of people,
Yeah,
sure, I can wrap my brain around that. I'm not going to argue it. Not saying that it ain't still fucked up, because it is, but Who knows?
Imagine what people thought a couple thousand years back when the sun disappeared for a few minutes. That's why they sacrifice people. Disappeared for a lot of minutes. That's called nighttime.
Right. But it's I don't know. It's an interesting situation. When is that? Like the 8th?
Yeah, I think people were saying April 8th.
That's what I thought about. Is the 8th? Like I said, I'm just gonna take off that day, whether new company likes it or not.
I'm saying send it. Send it out.
It would be crazy if something wild happens. I hope that it doesn't.
No.
You know, I don't want to see a horrible event unfold. But even if just something crazy happened, the UFOs come out in full force or something to that degree.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Or if the eclipse allows the bleed through to be visually seen for a little bit. It fully lifts the veil.
I saw a meme the other day that like made my brain hurt. It was almost like a comic book thread, and it showed somebody standing outside and all of the people around him were getting pulled up into the sky, and he was like, "Oh shit, the rapture," you know. And then it was like 2 minutes later, and it just showed the body parts of everybody raining down from the oncoming UFOs that were pulling people up.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
that's kind of like that movie that I always forget the name of.
I have no idea.
I always forget the name of it.
I don't remember good either.
Yeah, it's about the UFO that eats people. I can't remember it. I always forget it.
Godzilla.
Yeah, that's it.
Nailed it. Paranormal Trucker, what's up?
What's up, my guy?
Oh, that's Sky Meat. It is Sky Meat.
Oh, that's gross.
Meat Rain.
Yeah, that's
it was a Kentucky mini raptor.
But no, thank you. On the mini rapture.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be abducted and torn apart.
No, because I'll probably still have to go to work. The movie is Nope. Nope.
That sounds right.
Nope. I thought people were like responding to what you were saying or what I was saying. Like, nope, I don't want to get sucked into the sky and turn into meat jelly. But they were telling the name of the movie.
Yeah. See, I always think
we're getting it figured out.
I always think like Birdie. I always think Up every single time.
That would be a crossover of the century.
Right. I know that that's not true. That's not right. I knew it was like her super mundane name though. Like it just doesn't resonate, doesn't stick in your brain.
Man, I was trying to think of something else. I was gonna talk about it and I forget it every time. I need to start writing shit down. Yeah, I feel like they're making an awfully big deal about the eclipse, and they're keeping it at the forefront of everybody's thoughts in social media right now.
I haven't noticed a lot of it, but like I said, I just haven't had a lot of time because, like, usually I've got a little bit of drive time throughout the day, but my work areas have been like really close to the lot and stuff, so I, get a 15-minute cruise here and there, and not much time to listen to anything, and 10-hour days have kind of put a damper on accessing information for the most part because I feel like you just work, come home for dinner, get a shower, get the kids ready, go to bed, wake up, repeat for 4 days. And it's a nuisance. Thinking about just giving up work.
I think about it every day when I clock it.
Yeah, work's just bad for you.
It is. It's a waste of valuable time.
Baron almost says, "Welcome to the club." I'm sure we all feel that sentiment.
Yeah, in my soul.
Oh yeah,
In my soul.
yeah. It just is what it is, though. We all gotta survive somehow.
Gotta keep the government funded.
I wish I had some property and I could run like a fiber internet out there, and I just buy one of them. Like I saw the other day, I think it was Home Depot. They sell like mini cabins and shit now. Like
Hell yeah.
legit, like not like a 2-story shed that I've seen, but like a legit mini cabin. And I'm like, I'll just buy that fucking thing and put it out there, and that's where I'm at.
Hell yeah.
Let's disappear.
That's what I'm saying. Hell with it.
Would make me mad.
Any sightings of Daddy Longleg Lion Man? As I was searching around, I did find something weird. Something fucking hella weird. And why it's a thing, I don't know. There was it's so weird because like of all the like demons, I feel like this one's not a very popular one that's fucking around. I did find a thread with a Disney Channel show, a Disney Channel animated show called The Owl House. And in the background of one of their episodes, I think it was season 1, episode 4, I can't remember. There's a whole thing. Look who's drawn on the wall of the back.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, just dude. Old boy just hanging out on a Disney Channel
it's
animated
literally
show.
like the same picture too.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is definitely weird.
Fucking weird.
And it's so weird to me because like sometimes I hear those types of people that look at every single movie, every single album, every single post and just scream cult symbolism. It's a cult symbolism. It's a cult symbolism. It's a cult symbolism. And I'm like, you're fucking crazy. You're crazy. Like, I know that I'm crazy, but you're also more crazy because not every single one of them can be that. I'm sorry. It just can't. By odds itself, it just can't be. But there are cases like that where you look at it and you're like, that has to be 100% intentional by someone.
And it can't be like it can't be anything else. They can't be mistaken for anything else. It is a lion head with a bunch of goat legs.
Right.
What else could it be?
It's I don't know. Like, and I see some of you saying, well, I'm more crazy. I understand that. I do. But the way I view it is I look at guys like me and Steve. There are guys like us out there that are not Satanists, that are not in the occult, but we like the all-seeing eye image. That's cool to us. Therefore, I will gladly use that image to represent our brand. But once again, it does not mean that we are occultists and are using it for nefarious reasons.
On the flip side of that, on the flip side of that, you got people who are on the absolute other end of the spectrum, who like any music video that comes out is like, the person singing this song has an eye. You know what else has an eye? The all-seeing eye. Occult.
Right.
Devil worshiping. 100%.
And that's what I mean. Like there are people out there that think literally everything is that. I don't fall in that camp. I think that some people, you have people, I will agree, there are people out there that intentionally make those things. Check mark. There are people like me and Steve who think that imagery is cool and just want to use it because it looks cool to them. Check mark. But I also think that there are people that are telling a story that in order to relay that story, they must use this type of imagery. It doesn't mean that they are actually practicing occultists or Satanists or summoning demons or whatever. It just says this is the story that they're telling. So this must be the material that they use. Right. And then it is your responsibility, if you will, to then decipher who is what. You know, which one is which.
Yeah,
I'll openly tell you, I just think that some of the imagery is cool as fuck looking.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it gets very construed and what's another big word I can use? Discombobulated in today's world. Or
But I'm not trying to talk shit on people at all by any means, because that drives conversation. And even if it's kind of for the wrong reasons, it still draws people to that conversation, to that possibility that there are people out there doing fucking horrible things or attempting to do horrible things and some in the underworld. You know, and then you hear stories when it comes to the occult that it's not actually bad. It's just that along the way it got perverted. The wrong people
strung a narrative.
Yeah, well, and then the wrong people, like the best phrase I can use right now is like monopolized, like that occultism / hidden knowledge. They monopolized it and used and kept it to themselves so that other people could not use this stuff either. You know, it was only meant for them because they're the cool ones. We're all the nerds. They're the cool kids. And they don't want us to be cool.
Yep.
And I seriously do think that there is something to that. I do think that the wrong people were able to infiltrate these areas, acquire this knowledge, and then, as it happens in every single facet of life, somebody in that group convinced other people that nobody else deserves this knowledge. Only we do, because if we control this knowledge, therefore, you know, as an example, we control the progress of the world and we can drive this market, and our bank accounts will just flood, and it's just a never-ending benefit to ourselves, and we'll make these people serve. I really do think that like that is 90% of that area. And that's a great way to put it, perversion to retain power. I really do believe, there's absolutely something to that.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. Because it's the human complex, man. Like you have to always assume that anyone who obtains power is probably going to be corrupted by it. It is extremely hard. Yeah, eventually, yes. Yeah, because you've seen it before where people have gone into certain areas with the right intentions, and then later on, through whatever happens, that's all behind closed doors, and that's all for speculation. But something happens along the way, whether they forgot their way, because you see the disconnect and even just upper management of your job, right? You see that disconnect over time. But it could be, you know, just that. It could be somebody getting to them, 1,000,001 different things. But there is a disconnect that happens, and then they stop giving a shit.
Yeah. And it's, I don't know. It's weird. It's like the loss of that power breeds fear. And then it's almost like they start to bark louder and louder. And for some reason that shit resonates. And then people get behind it, and like these ancient lost symbols and narratives have been twisted into a light that is negative by whoever wants to spin that narrative, and then everybody just rolls with it. You know, it just centuries, it just becomes more and more like, oh, this was perceived as bad. It goes, a lot of shit had positive values in ancient times up until a certain point. And then somebody
Right.
decided, hey, I don't fuck with that anymore. Let's make that bad. Let's turn that around and make it bad.
Yeah,
And then from that
absolutely.
point on, everybody's like, yeah, that shit sucks. Shouldn't,
Right.
like, don't mess with that.
Well, and that brings me to a more relevant point. How you and me always talk. Like we'll talk about well, as an example, Neuralink. You and me can both sit here and say Neuralink has the ability to do fantastic things, right? We'll just, whether that's fixed, like enable people to walk again, enable people to speak again. It has this ability to do fantastic things. And that's what I think this ancient knowledge is. I think it has the ability to do great things. However, it also has the ability to go in the opposite direction in the right hands. There you go. Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob Tacular from the chat. A knife is a tool or weapon or both. Its intent and actions are good and bad. 100%.
I think that is a lot of the world. I really do. You know?
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. Like there's like, Colleen says some of it to come from fallen angels, and that is a variable to that equation. But it gets to that point where how do you discern? Like, how do you decide what is bad and what is good if you were just looking at it for what it is?
Yeah. I mean,
Outside, like the only way that logic in my brain would be your intention behind using said thing, right? Unless it was blatantly like you're going to summon a demon and do a bunch of fucked up stuff. You have to equate this deal. You must forfeit your soul. Well, then fuck all that. Like we know that's not a good avenue to be traveling down.
but I mean, like, how do we know if what we're taught today is even right? Like, look
I
at the
absolutely
Brotherhood of the
agree.
Snake.
Yeah, I
Like
absolutely agree.
their sole purpose was to make everybody think that what is bad is good and what is good is bad. What is up is
Yep,
down. What is down is up.
absolutely.
Flip the entire script
Yep,
around to where you have people focusing energy on shit that should not have energy focused on it,
yep.
and the stuff that should doesn't.
Right, right. And like we talked with JJ, and you and me have talked. Like I like the way I mold my life is in my heart of heart. I know what's right and what's wrong. Like there should be, you should be able to feel in your heart and in your mind the right path from the wrong path, in my opinion. You know, and so I think that in itself is a compass. And I think because like you were saying, Steve, just people want you to buy into their ideas. They want to, if somebody, here's a better way to phrase that. If somebody has to convince you this is the right way, well, there might be a problem with that.
I agree.
That's just my opinion. Because in
I
your
agree.
heart, like I said, you should know as a functioning conscious being, if I do this and it hurts Steve, that's probably not a cool thing. Just
Yeah.
throwing that out there.
Be good to Steve.
But some people try to pervert that and twist that and justify your actions like no, that's justified, like that's exactly the way that it's supposed to be, and this is it. And I just think that I've said it before, I think we just overcomplicate a lot of those things. Sometimes it just needs to be drawn back a hair
Yeah.
and it's all good. But I just think that it gets overcomplicated and perverted, but we as humans are passionate too. We're passionate and emotional. So that's hard to navigate as well.
And easy to manipulate.
That is also true. And that goes for every single one of us because it's
Yes.
happened to me. It's happened to Steve. It's happened to every single one of you in the chat right now. Everybody listening, it has absolutely happened.
When we are driving on the fuel of emotion, easy to manipulate.
Yeah, like JJ just pointed out, Controlled by Fear has been a super popular in history. And that is absolutely true.
Bigfoot Society is in the house.
Hell yeah. Can't go wrong with a little bit of Limp Bizkit.
I was watching their Lollapalooza show from, I don't know, Peru or somewhere. I not to really differentiate from the subject, but we should probably go and see them when they come to St. Louis. I'm just throwing that out there.
Limp Bizkit?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 100% down. Get the date and everything, and I'm down.
That could be business expense.
Oh, I don't give a fuck what expense it is.
Because we're trying to get Fred Durst.
One of the only times that I ever get to see them.
Yeah, we're trying to get Fred Durst on the show.
That would be sick. I thought about messaging Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
I was thinking about that today.
Sometimes Durst will reply. He'll share and reply on TikTok and the weirdest shit. So I might just double down.
We should.
But speaking of Neuralink, you threw that in there and it threw me for a loop and something I saw. Crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
Elon Musk posted a video of one of the first human experimenters with Neuralink playing a video game just with its thoughts. Manufactured.
That's awesome.
To be telepathy? I don't fucking know.
Dude, could you imagine that with Helldivers or something?
That's crazy.
You'd be living like that's like 40 steps beyond Ready Player One. Like sliding the goggles on and kind of like experiencing it. Whenever with Elon's technology, you could essentially, it's all here. Like, what if you could essentially be living, it'd almost be like going into a dream state, / simulation at that point and experiencing the entire environment.
Bro, my brain doesn't function like that. Like, it wouldn't be able to like function on the video. I can't even write a goddamn episode in one sitting because my brain's like
I did. Oh yeah. It was just a statement. ZR1 says, yes, we need boots on the ground at the Limp Bizkit.
We do need boots on the ground.
And I love the phrasing. We need boots on the ground.
Yeah. That's the new new hollow cult street team, boots on the ground.
Gym 4.
Can I get a Holosky shirt too? I almost called him Fred Biscuits.
Hell yeah, same thing.
I just told you my brain doesn't function well. So Fred Biscuit from now on needs to get on the show.
That'd be pretty sick. I'd be excited.
That would be good internet.
Hopefully every time we try to talk to him, he just has Wes just play the intro to Hot Dog just every time we try to talk.
Just over and over and over again. Yeah, I mean, Bigfoot Society's got a point. He did have Violent J from ICP on his show.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that.
No. You
can't be mad at that at all.
I think Fred Biscuit's gonna stick, and he's gonna be like, "Who the fuck started calling me Fred Biscuit?"
Yeah, and then he's gonna look at us.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's me. Come on our show. Yeah, shout out to Bert from Local Legends. Everybody go check him out on the YouTube. I'll be in your neck of the woods, kind of. Over the summer, my little brother's getting married in South Dakota. So I'll be in the state.
Now I got the intro for Hot Dog stuck in my head.
Yeah.
One of the gnarliest guitar riffs.
Fred Biscuit.
It's appropriate.
Yeah, sometimes my brain doesn't function the way that I feel like it's supposed to work.
I 100% feel that.
But especially like the last 2 years, like I can't remember shit. Granted, my filter wasn't real great from my brain to my mouth before. Now it's just slowed down a lot. Like,
Yeah. Sometimes it's just information overload. It's hard to retain it all.
yeah.
Like, I really do like feel that, because some people will be like, man, on last week's night shift, you guys were talking about this, and I'm like, I don't even fucking remember that conversation.
Oh, dude, I'm so bad about it. People be like, hey, I emailed you this, or I sent you this message. And I'm like, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I think it's just information overload.
I think it's just always being tired.
There's that too. I've noticed I need to play catch up on sleep.
Oh, check that lineup from End Times Ninja. I saw Biscuit with Cold and Godsmack in 2002.
Nice.
All in a steady rotation when I was in like 9th grade. Brother John. So yeah, steady rotation. Sometimes I will still put whatever the fuck that Cold album is with this shitty new metal song about something wicked. I don't know, but I'll throw it on and I'll vibe.
Yeah, I mean, that time, like, bro, I'll even slap on fucking Saliva.
Twiz, listen to the opening of What If by Creed and tell me that it doesn't go hard.
I don't go that far.
Do it right now.
I don't go that far.
When Scott Stapp comes in, like, I don't even know the words because I was gonna do a Scott Stapp voice, because you can ask Built by Scum whenever I get on a What If kick, I'll just start talking like him. It's a whole thing. It is a whole thing, let me tell you.
I'm completely disassociated with this conversation because I don't like Creed. So
no, you're talking about Trash Creed. We're not listening to Trash Creed.
No, I'm talking like
What If the first verse of What If starts out
Boom by Saliva. Fuck Creed.
You listen to the first, like, it's got that like faded out guitar riff, and then it just comes in.
No, because that just makes me think of Hot Dog from Limp Bizkit.
6 Feet from the Edge. You guys need to get off shitty Creed. And you need to jump on.
I don't think Creed ever got not shitty.
Will I get kicked off of YouTube if I play that into the mic right now?
Yes, and we'll get copyright for sure.
I don't give a fuck. Scott Stapp gonna fight me. What, you want fucking $6 from our fucking YouTube video? Come and get it.
I'll do, John. I'll get down on some Van Halen. I'll 100% get down on that. He's got some good ones. I can't say like I like everybody's every song. Like, dude, I get down on some fucking Bon Jovi.
Yeah, Bon
Jovi's good. He's good.
Dude, that first verse, the chorus ain't that great, but you got a good like 36 seconds of banger.
That's still not acceptable.
No, but you have to consider the source.
You even admit it. Like, you even just like, yeah, it sucks, but there's 30 seconds of okayness.
Yeah. And you have to consider the source, because the rest of Creed, terrible. You throw that first verse in there, like they were onto something with this, but then they just stopped. They said, nah, we're good. We'll go back to arena halftime shows with Scott Stapp's fucking hair just being its own entity.
We gotta get back.
Copy. Bringing it back around.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's what they said when after that riff. They're like, this is so good. This is good. And then they're like, well, we can't do that.
Well, all I got to say is we have the most people in the chat right now all night. And what are we talking about?
I know. Creed. That's not a sign.
It's
and if it is a sign, then I wholeheartedly apologize, and I'm willing to sacrifice the the viewer count.
Dylan, was I not
sucks.
singing that whole first verse when we were walking through Best Buy the other day?
That doesn't count either. That doesn't count either because when I hear
playing in
a
my head
Creed
right now.
song, I will sing it as well, but it's out of jest, not envy.
It smacks.
That's a extreme.
Give Creed a chance. A 36-second chance.
No, because I've heard With Arms Wide Open.
I told you you have to eliminate. Okay, every other thing they've ever written ever, pretend like they never did it.
You can't.
You have to.
You cannot.
Right now we're switching.
There are cases that are. It's one of them. Once the bridge is burnt, it can't be rebuilt.
We're switching to a new timeline. Timeline switch now. The only thing that was ever written by Creed
still sucks
is the intro
in the
first verse of What If. Dylan says the whole night, not one legible word, just guitar noises as vocals. That happened because it rips.
Yeah,
rips.
I guess some people don't like Creed bashing.
Oh, I wasn't. Hey, I was praising him.
Oh, not this guy.
Different strokes for different folks, bud.
Hey,
Colleen,
you are not missing out. I was going to say you're better off. You are far better off. No, I'm not here to shame anybody on their music choice. Believe me, I support if you love it, by all means.
100% it, bro. This is 100% it. He knows it. They know it.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
It's fucking ripper. Till they get to the chorus, then you just play that little snippet over and over again. And I don't know what he says, but it's like late 90s, early 2000 rock. Like that was the whole shtick back then. Like you're not supposed to understand the words.
That's true.
Look at Nirvana. They just sound like a dude's just got a bunch of gravel in his mouth.
Yeah, yeah, James. Like you want whatever music you want to listen to, I'm good with that. I might pester you a hair about it, but that's fine. Don't not like something because I don't like it. I completely disagree. Nickelback sucks too.
I'm just saying, you're all going to want to do your homework. When that eclipse happens, and the sky opens up, and all you all hear is that opening riff from What If.
Oh, I'm gonna be fucking scared.
What if this eclipse opens up a portal? They already knew. They've been telling us the whole time, but nobody was listening.
Oh no, it is not too far at all, ever. And believe me, if you look at my playlist, guarantee there's going to be bands in there that you'll make fun of me for. So it's only fair that I get to throw a couple snowballs that way.
By this logic, does that mean Nickelback is good too? Well, Nickelback did not write the opening riff for What If. So, by my logic, no.
And End Times Ninja, for the third or second time I've seen you post that. No, I have not heard about that. Somebody's trying to deviate this back to conversation. Sorry, we get carried away. We're passionate about music. Music is fun.
Weird shit in music, if you want to start talking to us about and wrestling.
Wrestling's cool too.
Those three things.
And the Chicago Bulls. You wanna talk about Chicago Bulls? I love Chicago Bulls.
With a lot of basketball.
Yeah, I was gonna buy their new basketball shorts. Yeah. I was gonna buy their new basketball shorts. Bro, guess how much those motherfuckers are?
Like legit from the Bulls?
I mean, like Bulls basketball shorts that I can wear. Not like from the team.
Oh, that'd be cool. Though.
Yeah, it is their new style. They're dope as fuck.
And they're
$90.
Yeah, that sucks.
That sucks.
We can make fake ones for that.
I did listen to Disturbed back in the day.
Yeah, I listen to Disturbed now.
Yeah, I don't see the problem right now. I'm not, believe me, the luster has far gone away for Disturbed, but they still have a couple songs that are good.
Yeah, I agree.
Static X was dope. Thank you.
Static X was dope.
Yeah.
We took a real hard left turn on this one, but like I said, look at the people in here now.
Old Avenged Sevenfold was good.
Yeah, like the first 2 albums.
Yeah, when me and Steve got to see him live, that was cool.
Before they tried to be Wish Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. I get down with Alice in Chains. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with Alice in Chains.
No, End Times. I replied to you like 6 times. We haven't seen that. I'm doing Twizzing with gangster rap or nothing. Love your dead. Oh, System of a Down? Hell yeah.
Dude, we just morphed the podcast into a music podcast.
That's okay. We went, in all fairness, we went hard for an hour straight.
You're right.
Talking about shit.
You're right. We did go.
No, My Chemical Romance, absolutely not.
I did have my Chemical Romance phase.
No. Not this guy.
That first album.
I listened to Savage Garden before I listened to My Chemical Romance. Oh, I went there.
Oh,
I went there.
Oh.
I didn't. If Lorne means Lorna Shore, then yes. But if it also means corn, also yes.
Yeah. Is there a Holosky spot? There is like a cryptid kind of.
That would be a good idea.
Oh, it would get.
Can we do that?
I don't know. Probably.
Can we like each make a playlist that other people can listen to?
I think we can do that on Spotify. I think you can make them public.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh,
I don't think many of you would like our playlist though.
Yeah, the
Skatehead.
Oh, bro, the first one would be like Peeling Flesh, and people would be like, "What in the fuck are these guys?" No wonder demons are chasing them the fuck around.
See? There used to be a Holosky metal band, believe it or not.
Yeah. Way, way, way back in the day.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
We were.
Anybody out there remember Himsa?
I still
or Darkest Hour? Himsa was badass.
I still listen to Darkest Hour a lot too.
Fuck yeah, Darkest Hour is dope, dude. Undoing Ruin, my all-time favorite album by them. I love that album. So good. I think you like the one after that one.
Yeah, when they learned that they could play guitars.
I argue that
they could play.
Undoing Ruin was like the opening, the gateway to that the album you're really into.
Yeah, because they learned that they could sweep pick, and I was like,
yeah, okay. That got out of control.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Savage Garden was not something that I anticipated to hear on today's night shift. Like I
didn't anticipate Creed or My Chemical Romance.
Oh, bro over here. Not only is he tossing money,
Hatebreed. Let's
also
go.
Tossing the opening lyrics to What If.
Oh, jeez. I'll give your $5 back. I kid. I appreciate you regardless.
If we ever have a Hollow Cold camp out or whatever, there's gonna be karaoke.
No, don't get me wrong. I'll sing Creed, and just because it's fun. But outside of that, it's not enjoyable. I know that sounds the opposite of one another.
Remember we were talking about Brotherhood of the Snake, where up is down and down is up? That's
there you go.
now.
That's it. That is it right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. I mean, it sucks, but it's awesome.
Oh,
I think we both just clicked it.
Yeah, we both started clicking at the same time.
That's
the lead
awesome,
singer. We have fully ventured off into the lead singer of Thrice did that to me at Warped Tour like 2004.
That's awesome.
And then we hung out with him at his van after the show, and he gave us a bunch of free EPs and shit and signed them all. He's like, "Oh, you're the guys I spit in your face."
Yeah, he definitely needed to do that.
Yeah, and we're like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Sorry." We're like, "It's cool." And then we were waiting for...
I've tried to get a hold of Vincent, and I can't get a hold of him.
Yeah,
I wanted to talk to him about They Come in Waves. Is that the album? What's that called?
Yeah.
They Come in Waves. Yeah.
And he has not responded. We've reached out to a lot of people that just
they don't even acknowledge our existence.
I usually use the Twitter to reach out to people.
Hey, I like that album,
and the Twitter's small.
That was a solid album. Karaoke Night at X. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
If anything's gonna,
there will be a portal open then.
Yeah, because if one of us can pull off Scott Staff vocals,
it's the Watcher.
It's either gonna piss him off enough to come get us, or it's gonna inspire him enough to manifest. It's one or the other.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna be on the team of wanting to silence us.
Or do you put your money on the portal opens because he's fucking stoked and he wants to join in on the karaoke?
Oh God, what if he comes through the portal and he like lowers his cloak and he's got Scott Stapp hair from like 1999?
I mean, that might suck. That might mean that he takes Creed like real serious.
HoloCon. That's got a nice ring to it.
I like it. Absolutely.
HoloCon. If me and Kyle ever get good at what we do, there'll be a HoloCon.
That'd be the name for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
Because like Steve said, that does have a beautiful ring.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful ring.
I'll go back to Casey's in Jerseyville and see if I can find the Gregorian chanter.
That should be the new thing. People should start getting tattoos of cryptids as Scott Staff. Like, could you imagine Bigfoot in a wife beater with a cross chain
flinging it back?
Hair? Yes, leather pants. Dude, be so good.
Solid. Oh well, apparently HoloCon's already planned.
Oh, cool.
Who summoned me? The Rock Demon karaoke. Yeah. Holomosh.
See, Twiz has got it. Wendigo Staff.
Sometimes, I'll tell you what, you guys. Sometimes.
Hey, man, sometimes we got to have fun.
Yeah, that's true. Like you said, we were serious the first hour.
We killed it for an hour.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got we're not creepy and conspiracy all the time.
Yeah, you got to have fun.
We still listen to Creed sometimes.
Well, Steve does.
It's fine.
I don't. Unless I'm in like a grocery store and it comes on, then I start to sing it.
Oh, yeah. We fuck with Journey.
Oh, for sure.
On Rock Band.
Yeah.
We could do Hollow Cult Rock Band. Just throwing that out there.
It would be fun.
Yeah. I'm not mad. Not mad about it.
No. I was going to open the lines, but we just got fucking hard left, hard right.
Mm-hmm. You guys got to get your... Maybe we'll get one in here on a Wednesday and just do more phone calls. I feel like we plan that and then nobody calls in, so it's kind of a
it's
crapshoot.
catch-22, man. Because if we don't prepare anything and then rely on the phones, that's when they don't do anything, and then we're kind of stuck.
I got a Jack Link's Bigfoot costume. I'll be security. If you're not moshing in that Jack Link's Bigfoot costume, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah,
You've just sealed your fate.
love it.
Oh,
Did say she's got a pretty good impression.
Everybody's just got their own. They're just posting their favorite lyrics.
I love it. See, that's fun, man.
End times ninja. Today's been a weird day. Go to the bakery to get sweet buns. End up buying a bowl. Go to a paranormal podcast. End up talking about music.
Hell yeah.
I told you the timelines are fickle. Fickle thing.
Yeah, Steve tried jumping it. That's probably what happened. Steve jumped timelines and Creed still sucks. So
I don't think there's a timeline where they're good outside of that 30-second ripper.
defend that 30 seconds till the end of time.
Oh, every time it comes on, I will not only play it multiple times. Sarah and Taylor were there, and I was just playing it over. I was walking through Best Buy playing on my phone because I was in it.
Just in the moment.
In it.
You just take it into GarageBand, cut that 30 seconds off, and then just loop it for like fucking 15 minutes.
For 15 years.
Or that.
I'm just going to listen to it on loop.
Oh, dude, better idea. Clip it, put it as your ringtone, and then just go, Sarah, call me. Sarah, call me.
Put it as the voicemail pickup for the holophone. Every time somebody calls it, 30 seconds of just mayhem.
Mayhem is a little much.
I don't know. You let it tickle your eardrums for a minute.
I don't know. I don't know if I can.
Let it just tickle your insides. Have a good night, Bert.
Much love, man.
The Squatch Pit. It is nice.
Much love.
Steve. Thanks, brother. It is nice getting to kind of come in and let loose a little bit.
Yeah.
Hot dog flavored water. It's Fred Biscuit's fault. Because we went on that's what started. That changed the timeline. The timeline we're in.
So it's Fred
Durst and Fred Biscuit.
Yeah, I could see that being his fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could definitely see that being his fault because he doesn't give a shit at all whatsoever.
This is what I want to see here. You guys made me giggle. I've laughed so hard. We need this. Because times are bleak in the real world, right?
Oh, I got one for you. Hang on. Heard this today. Tactical Dev. What's your favorite conspiracy? I don't know that's my favorite, but I heard a pretty fucking wild one today from Brother John.
That we swap timelines and Creed's good?
No.
Copy.
Odd donation, but we much appreciate that.
He's throwing up the repeating numbers.
Well, I'll take it as a reference to Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time. Thank you. I'll take that. Brother John suggested the conspiracy that everybody knows who Jim Carrey is, right?
Yeah.
Comedian. Supposedly, he is actually... No. Back up. John Cena is actually Jim Carrey.
In an odd synchronicity, Jim Carrey starred in a movie called 23, which was sent over at the exact moment.
That is weird.
You started to talk about the conspiracy, but did not mention the conspiracy.
That is strange. That's strange.
Very
strange.
But carry on. My bad.
No, I'm just saying that supposedly John Cena is actually Jim Carrey wearing a bodysuit. Apparently, that's the thing.
John Cena is Jim Carrey wearing a bodysuit.
No. Jim Carrey's wearing a bodysuit of John Cena. So John Cena is not a real being. It is Jim Carrey wearing a costume. That's what I heard.
I guess
It's word on the street.
I guess I've never seen Jim Carrey and John Cena in a room at the same time. So
It doesn't matter if Jim Carrey is wearing a bodysuit. See what I'm saying? Because there's also people that say Jim Carrey is Joe Biden.
what in the
Yeah.
fuck?
So that means Jim Carrey is now a professional imposter, if you will.
Politician. Same thing. Imposter, politician, same
Absolutely,
thing.
same thing. Absolutely. And that means he has a pretty busy schedule. He's also probably the leader of Korea. Now that I think about
Wow.
it.
We are. This is taking some turns.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of the interviews from Jim Carrey?
Oh, he's crazy, but I love it.
I think he has fully succeeded in unplugging himself from all of reality at this point.
I'm here for it. If I
'Cause
could
I'm
get him
like-
on the show, I would gladly talk to him.
Maybe he's unplugged from Big Hollywood. I think he's unplugged from the entire Matrix as a whole. Because some of those interviews, he said like multiple times, he's sitting there, he's like, I'm not real. None of this is real. None of us exist. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I can't say you're right.
Dad, I haven't looked into that a whole. I know there's a lot of oddity behind that. What's crazy, dude, when I was little, I used to love the movie Truman Show. Loved that movie for some reason.
Have I seen the Truman Show?
Probably.
not.
No, probably not. You haven't even seen Constantine.
Oh, I haven't seen The Matrix.
No. Matrix not that great. First one's kind of cool. But the rest of them were not so great. Last one might be okay too.
I'm going to speak on this. I keep seeing everybody being like, they're humiliating John Cena. They're humiliating John Cena. He was naked on the award show. I'm like, did you all not exist in like the early 2000s when literally everyone was on TV naked? Like, look at Jackass and all those guys
That's
were doing
true.
shit. Blink 182, all doing shit naked all the time.
Yeah.
And
Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I'm like, at what point did that become like a humiliation ritual? Like John Cena's already made billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like what is he benefiting from?
And I mean, he's kind of ripped, so.
Yeah. You think he's that humiliated going out on the stage just fucking jacked? Like, hey, this sucks.
Oh shit.
I don't know that I buy into that. Like, all these motherfuckers are already famous. You're gonna be more famous? Like, okay.
Yeah. And look at a lot of the pop stars. Yeah, I'm not trying to wear a dress. I think I'd rather go out there like John Cena.
He was, just being John. Nobody could see him on stage anyway because you can't see him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, the Chili Peppers used to do some pretty crazy stuff.
I just feel like humiliation ritual is like a hot button internet word that has popped up within like last 2 years. And people are just leaning on it and it'll go away. What else we got in here?
Is that Andrew Santino? Is that the boxer guy that's making some pretty fucking wild claims? Is that right?
What is his name? Garcia?
Oh, I could
Maybe?
be wrong. My apologies. I've seen a lot of his clips. His clips going around, the boxer guy. Crazy.
Yeah, he's been going hard.
His claims are not that I don't believe him or anything of that nature, but it's just fucking wild. Like he's going hard in the paint.
Ryan Garcia, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I think once he started opening his mouth, they just let him run because now people are questioning like how much of the shit he's saying is real, how much of it is like psychosis.
Right. Well, and I mean, it's not a bad tactic, man.
No, you don't have to do any work.
Go. Yeah. Because like I said, it's pretty wild claims. I actually saw that movie. Ricky Stenicki. Not terrible.
My wife and I are a little nervous about the solar eclipse. We did talk about that a little bit, or a lot of it earlier today, earlier in the show, and I don't know what to make of it, honestly.
Me either. I'm just kind of opting to stay home personally. Yep, we've seen the directed energy weapon that's like a real thing. What's that called? The Dragonfire or something like that.
We stumbled onto that. Was that around?
It was a while
been
ago.
a while. 40
It's been a hot minute.
When we saw it?
Probably somewhere around there.
Yeah. I'm like, uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, that's coming out and saying, look what we got. I did see somebody in the chat saying that a bunch of people in Florida are starting to paint their roofs blue. Roofs blue. Roofs.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's fucking. Do you think they're doing it like as just like a fuck it, what's the worst that could happen? I'd rather paint it blue just in the rare chance that it might work. Or do you think that they're like in the know?
Bro, at this point I have no idea.
I mean,
I have no idea. I do not know. Because you see, now we get all, especially from shit like far away, we consume all of our information via media. Like I didn't go to Maui and look at the destruction, right? Because that's not a possibility for me. All I got to see was videos. There's a lot of blue shit left untouched in the videos.
It's really weird, man.
On the flip side of that is, are those videos real?
Oh yeah, that's a valid
point. Are they doctored?
That is a valid point.
Dude,
and the chat has gone off the fucking rails.
I know, dude, this is banging. Do you think we're gonna make it to the election? I have a really strong feeling it'll either be war or aliens. I don't see how we'll make it intact. I don't know. All this shit going down with NATO and stuff. I was wondering if maybe they're pushing this whole eclipse thing, like trying to get us to not focus on some sort of move that NATO might make to kind of push it in that direction. I don't know.
I
am way out on the geopolitical landscape to even like make an assumption, I guess. But you do hear these get these little nuggets of information here and there. And you're like, man, that sounds shady. Sounds shady.
I have a opinion on it, but I don't really want to speak on it on this show because we'll get in trouble. Might be a Patreon thing eventually. Because I have been chewing stuff around. I'll say this though. Personally, myself, I think for the most part, world governments are a grand stage. That's all it is. I think more times than not, they're all on the same side.
Oh yeah.
Like every single one of them. I think a lot of it is a play. I'll put that out there. And I have the conversation that I would use to make that point is a conversation that I can't have a conversation about on this platform.
Yes,
So,
specific platform is very
Yeah.
picky in what you can talk about and what you can't talk about.
yeah. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I have some pretty interesting thoughts on that. I've actually been chewing that up a lot lately. It'll catch me once in a while where I'll get to thinking about it, where I'm like, huh. Interesting. Like I said, it's not exactly a conversation I get to have on this one.
Yeah.
Because we've already been in trouble for making a joke.
YouTube's a fucking joke. How's that? Ding.
Can't talk shit about us.
Yeah, no wonder they want to get rid of TikTok because you come over here and it's the fucking police state of social media on goddamn YouTube.
Yeah, that is a pretty bold statement, but I like it. I think we've been getting subliminally inundated by the thought of aliens. When I type it out, I know damn well it sounds the same, but what the hell else could it be? I could see that.
There has been a lot of weird shit.
Yeah. And not to speak highly of ourselves, but I could definitely see that happening, just not for everyone. I'll put it that way. Right? I definitely feel like some people are on one in today's world, without question. There's some fuckery going on because in my rational brain, I cannot comprehend that some people are as insane as they currently are.
Yeah.
And then I feel like some of us are just immune to the bullshit. And it's really weird. It's really, really weird. And because I say that with the acknowledgement that sometimes I can feel the pull. Like I'll be watching something and I can feel myself getting sucked into the argument. Getting sucked into the bullshit thought process. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is dumb.
Yep. It's easy. It's easy to like get pulled in.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And like I said, I can feel the pull, man. I really can. Like I'll see these stupid fucking opinions or these stupid fucking videos that when you watch them, you know in your mind these are designed and curated for bullshit reasons.
Argument fodder.
You still feel yourself getting sucked into it. Thankfully, I'm not a person to like start ranting off on everything. I'm just not that way. Like I love watching things and trying to learn people's thought processes and like psychology. I'm really fascinated by that stuff. So that's why I watch so much random stuff to just kind of understand how people think. I've always been fascinated by it. But dude, and I know social media like amplifies like what could be essentially 10 people. They make it look like it's 3 million people.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's designed
I realize that too. Yeah, and it fucking sucks because I know that most people are getting drug into these bullshit conversations, these bullshit scenarios
Yeah. The
that are
fucking
curated.
algorithm is built like that.
Yeah,
95% of it is just going to be your own little echo chamber of the shit that you want to listen to. Like it delves down your opinion, and then they'll throw that one in there, and you're like, these motherfuckers.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it sets you off.
yeah, and it sucks, man, because I don't think logically, I don't think everybody is trying to be a fucking asshole every day.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But they make it look that way. And it's just so annoying. It's just some days it just beats you the fuck down where you're like, I don't even want to talk to anybody. Even though you haven't even talked to anybody for the day, you just saw those couple videos or them couple arguments or the couple situations, and you're like, this is stupid. This is
Yeah.
stupid.
I feel like that's like a big part. Like if TikTok as a platform, right? It's like digital meth regardless. Because once you go down that fucking rabbit hole, it's hard to get the fuck out of there.
description.
But like, I feel like it's a good platform because it's people speaking on themselves, right? You see someone talking, you see their conviction, you see their emotions, where it's not just like you have 180 characters in this tweet to say what you want to say, and it gets lost in context. Whereas like that platform, you see people talking, you can respond to people talking, you can like I feel like it is a very valuable connection point for us, especially now. And like after the last 4 years, shit is just so fucking clown show.
Yeah.
We need a platform like that. You have a different opinion? That's cool. Let's talk about it. Instead of like, oh, that tweet made me really fucking mad.
Yeah.
So
Elon
doesn't
do
like
feel that. I do feel that because like you're coming to the head of and Twiz hit it. Text communication sucks.
Yeah.
Because so much gets lost in translation. There's been times, I'll be honest, there's been times where me and Steve have been having a conversation, and one of us, I can remember specifically me going, I'm done with this conversation. We're having it in person because I am not allowing something to get lost in translation. You know what I mean? Like it is not worth it.
Yeah.
For something to happen over a text that I misread or something to that degree. It's not worth it.
And how many times when you get face to face and you talk about it, you're like, damn, that was really lost in translation via text message.
100%. Yep.
And I feel like that is a major fucking threat to the powers that be, the guys up top, that we can communicate as human beings. They're like, hold up, this is really not flowing with the narrative here. So let's see if we can't like try to swipe that under the rug in the name of national security, because that is their fucking, that is their bread and butter push right there. National security. Something they don't like, threat to national security. They're going to steal your data. Motherfucker, let them steal it. They give it back. They'd look at my shit and they'd be like, God damn, this isn't that good. Here you go.
I'm over that too. Like the whole, I used to be big on like not wanting to like volunteer my fingerprints and volunteer this, that, and the other. Dude, if they want it, they got it anyways.
That's what I'm saying.
They got it anyways. Nobody's safe. Nobody is
like
safe.
China stealing our data when the goddamn government steals it nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
Consistently.
That's what they built that big ass NSA fucking complex for.
I'm like,
they literally built it to house. Like it was during, I think that was during Obama's era. They talked about it in Congress. There's that giant NSA complex. They're like, you're stealing Americans' data, and they're like, oh, it's just metadata. We can't read that anyways. Why the fuck did you build a massive compound then to house it? If you can literally do nothing with it, shut up. Go lie to somebody else. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not stupid.
That's what I'm
sorry.
saying.
But having a bunch of 90-year-olds trying to talk to me about the algorithm and the data and this and that, like, you don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure the last coherent thought you had, you thought you were in the bathroom and you ended up on the floor of goddamn Congress talking about some shit you don't even fucking know.
Exactly.
Like, how did I get here? I thought I was in Kroger. Now I'm trying to pass a bill.
I'm trying
Term
to
limits, motherfuckers. God.
in Kroger's. It's just, and that's what I mean. Like, it's just crazy that it's all of it has perceptually gotten this far. Not saying that it really is, but perception by, I guarantee everybody out there views it that way, that the world is asininely crazy.
Dude, I just feel like we as Americans, and if people here aren't American, like, that's fine. I'm sure you're dealing with your own shit, but I can only speak on being American. We as Americans, if the government comes for a platform where we can use it freely and try to shut it down, that is the biggest goddamn red flag that should be posted out there ever. Because they don't try to shut that shit down unless it has a higher purpose, unless it can be used to unite people, because that's the last fucking thing they want. 380 million people on the same page. And there's about 5,000 of them.
Right. I understand. 100% understand the arguments behind it. It's Chinese spyware. It's the Chinese manipulating our youth and this, that, and the other. However, that may be true. That all may be true. But there are fucking, no joke, there are vacuum cleaners that people have that are connected to your Wi-Fi that steal your data and send it to China. That is a reality. So think about it like this. Essentially, every object that you have in your house that has the capability of connecting to your Wi-Fi has the ability to therefore send your information to whatever government. It doesn't have to be solely China, because you know that it's not. Has the ability to go to every single fucking secret 3-letter agency on the planet. So that's why guys like me and Steve are like, whatever. You want our data, you're going to get it anyways. There's literally nothing we can do to protect it.
No,
it is what it is.
Get rid of every electronic device you own. Move into a tree stump, and they'll still know where you're at. But
of course,
that's what I said. Like, how much of our daily life shit that we use has products made by China?
Oh yeah, everything.
And this is the one. This is the one you're like, hold up. The one that they use to like talk to people in like as a human being. Well, you can't have that. We're gonna have to draw a line right there. Like, get out of here, you bunch of old nerds.
It's like I said, it's all bananas, man. Like, and like I said, I understand the worry of it contaminating our youth and this, that, and the other. But guess what? Our own country contaminates its own youth as well. So
they just pick and choose.
Yeah.
And if you want to go down fucking a different route, look at how many Americans use that as not only supplemental income, but their whole income.
I think that's the root of it right there, buddy.
The whole income.
And they're like, oh,
people are doing good being their own boss. They're not cogging the machine. We cannot be having that.
100% think that is the true reason why these things are happening. I think it pisses them off that there are people out there finding ways to support themselves, not only support themselves, but be financially free.
Outside of the machine.
Because they're funny and they can play a video game.
Outside of the fucking machine.
People enjoy watching some people actually enjoy watching the happiness of others because it makes them happy. You know, because and for some people, those people are light at the end of the tunnel. Like, holy shit, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could, I have a passion in woodworking. Maybe I should start a woodworking channel and start doing that. Maybe I can make a living doing that. But like you said, that takes a cog out of the machine, and they don't want that. They don't want people to be financially free and happy. They don't.
They want beat down little fucking worker bees.
That's all it is, man.
Kyle,
And there are people that are starting to fucking realize that too, that I never thought would realize that. Because when you sit and you break down life and you realize how much of a fucking cycle it all is, you're like, see, I told you, they don't, it is known that they want us stuck right the fuck here. They
oh,
want us,
100%.
they don't
Think
want us
about it.
up. They want us right here.
Yep, because when we're a cog in the machine, when we're a cog where we just make enough money to get by. A lot of us don't even make enough money to get by.
Right.
But we still try. We still go out there every day.
Yep.
And our mental health is shit. Our physical health is shit.
Yep.
Our livelihood is shit. So it keeps us down, keeps us depressed, keeps us sick. And that's all money right back into the big fucking system, boys. Keep pumping it in. Big pharma here. Like it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's depressing as fuck. And like I use escapes, you know, I get, and I was kind of really excited that we had an opportunity, we got vetted for, was it BetterHelp?
Yeah.
I was hoping so bad we would get that sponsor, because it is it is important. Mental health is extremely important right now, because I know we all go through it. I know that everybody I know has some massive like ups and downs in the recent years, and so it's important to get that information out there and allow people to get help if they need it.
Yep.
It's hard. It is hard to fucking deal with all this shit.
Yeah, because if you can break free from the machine and make a living on your own, and even then, the government's still going to take taxes and shit from you.
Oh, they're going to
get
their fucking share.
But you're your own boss.
Yeah,
you're your own boss. You control your livelihood, which none of us right now do.
No,
I clock into a 9-to-5 job, 6-to-2 job, whatever the fuck, and I make other people money.
Yep.
That's
and
it.
We live with the reality of, it doesn't matter if our children are sick. It doesn't matter if I'm sick. I've seen it where it doesn't matter if a fucking tornado rips your town apart. They still give you that point for not showing into work. Yep. Then fire some people because they break the point. They do not give a fuck.
Nope.
At all, period, the end. And like you said, it is so cool. I saw Colleen talk about people who are financially capable and living off the grid and doing their thing. I think it's awesome that there are people out there that are able to break the mold
100%
and do what they need to do. Because I couldn't imagine being able to wake up whenever I want. If I'm not feeling good, I don't have to do anything because I'm my own boss. And I've also learned from my wife's family up north. Like I saw the dynamic in real life. Like, if you want, in most cases, if you want lots of money, you're not going to have true happiness. Like if you are, at least from a typical standpoint, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like people who struggle with income don't have as much, but have the capability of spending more time with their family. They're genuinely happier than the opposite, because because they're getting to spend their time with the ones that they love. And I think that's how life is meant to be fucking lived. It's not out here with these promises of, well, Steve, I got a thing for you, bud. You put all these extra hours in, you do all this extra work, this is going to look real good on your resume. All right. I'm just throwing it out there. It's going to be real fucking good on your resume. And then I saw something that really fucking hit me hard. That was like, the only person that is going to remember that you put those extra hours in at work are your fucking kids.
Yep.
They're the ones that are going to remember. And I'm like, ooh, that's a heavy one.
Yep. And when you can break out of the cycle, you have time to focus on yourself. You have time to work out. You have time to eat better. Mm-hmm. You haven't just given 40 plus hours of your life to the machine that it just has done nothing but beat you down.
Yeah.
When you get home, like you said, you take a shower, you hang out, and you go to bed because that's all you have the mental fortitude to do.
Yeah.
Because it's just been sucked out of you.
Yeah.
When you can break away from that, you have like your time is your own. You make of your time what you have. You can't do that now.
Yeah.
Because they're eating up 60% of it.
Yeah. And that's why, furthermore, for everyone listening, that's why I don't work overtime anymore. Because they take too much of it. It is not worth my time. I have learned that even though I'm 37 years old, I'm not great at anything. I have also learned that my time is far more valuable than the overtime that you're offering me. My Saturday is worth infinitely more than what you're willing to pay me.
I had the lowest amount of overtime hours in the plant.
Hell yeah.
Last year. And I'm shooting for it this year. Because I don't want to be there the fucking 40 hours that I have to be there.
Right.
I'm sure as fuck not going to go in bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for time on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah, John is getting forced in. I got out of it.
Dude,
I got out of that one.
The machine is designed to just break the back of the working class. Infinitely.
Yeah.
Because the more you work, the worse off your mental health is.
Yeah.
The worse off your physical health is. And you just chuck more money back into trying to feel better.
Yep. It sucks, man. I'm kind of glad we got to talk about it because I've been thinking about all this shit a lot lately. It's been kind of eating at me. Sometimes it's cool to kind of vent and get it off your chest because I do like kind of putting those thoughts out there for people to chew on for a little bit. You know what I mean? Kind of really process what we're saying and be like, man, even if you view some of it differently, I really think just the older I get, it is so much more important to spend time with your loved ones than to chase the bag. There's like that's all you hear anymore. Chase the bag, get the bag, get the bag, get the money, get the money. Man, I just don't see how. I don't see how. I don't see how that's more important to you than spending time with the people that you love. Because time is the one thing we never get back.
Yep. Yeah, I fucking saw that, Twiz. They're trying to push back they want to push back the retirement age because people are living longer. Literally telling us we want you to work until you die.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy that anyone, I don't think people should work past 50, to be honest with you. I really don't, because we start at what typically 5 or 6 years old is when we start giving a third of our life to somebody else. Something to that degree when we start kindergarten.
Yeah, you
and then we almost never stop giving a third of our life to somebody.
Nope, not unless you can find something to even the few people that have the luxury of being their own boss, they still gotta fucking make enough money to survive.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so you still kind of have a regiment that you need.
Yeah.
A quota. You have a quota to acquire.
Yep, because the bills are going to keep coming. Ameren's going to want their money.
Yeah.
The fucking government's going to want their money. It's not like you have an ultimate freedom. You just get to control it a little bit more.
Yeah. And you're right. Some people do die immediately after retiring, but a lot of that is because they completely stop moving. They're like, I'm just going to sit down and watch TV all day, every day.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly it, Rosemary.
In my opinion, if that's what you're trying to do, if you're trying to go just watch TV all day, that's on you. That's what's going to make you happy. Go chase that dream. I encourage you not, but
yeah, it's 10 o'clock.
I know.
God damn, we lost.
We went extra fucking hard tonight.
I blame Fred Biscuit.
Bread
I was
biscuit
doing
is
good.
definitely the cause of all of it.
Yeah.
Good, Colleen. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's an enjoyable busy.
But we're gonna wrap it up. We
Yeah.
we went a bunch of different directions there.
Yeah, it was
We went
wild.
hard, had a good time, circle back around. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Thanks for letting us have a little bit of fun. Thanks for letting us vent a little bit. I look forward to this, getting to hang out with you all every week.
Yeah, this was a good one. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah. But thanks for everybody hanging out. All the regulars. We had some new people in here.
Yeah.
Support all of our content creator friends, Bigfoot Society, Bert and Local Legends, Paranormal Trucker, Tinfoil Tales.
Everybody.
Yeah, all of the homies out there grinding, putting in work. Support.
Are you Colleen, all you guys?
Yeah.
Appreciate you all very much.
Even if you just check out their content or send them a like or subscribe like that, even just seeing the numbers helps that you're going in the right direction. But anyway, thanks again for hanging out with us. Get through this work week safe,
please,
everyone. And we will catch you next week. Same Holo time, same Holo channel. Until then, stay safe, stay weird, and I don't know, just do your best to live good. Try your best. I know it's a struggle. Just keep on keeping on.